Okay, so today we're doing fork seals on a 43mm WP fork on the KTM Freeride. The seals are leaking pretty bad. I'll be taking you through the process from end to finish with removing the wheel, the forks, disassembly, so check the timestamps. Here are the tools you're gonna need. They're pretty basic. A 43mm seal driver. These are the seals I'm gonna be using. I decided to go with a 5-weight, not a 4-weight, because the forks are pretty soft either way. Grease for the axle, measuring cup. You need 390 milliliters of oil per leg, which is 13 US quarts, 24 for the fork cap, 17 for the axle, 10 mil for the pinch bolts, a torque wrench for the pinch bolts, some screwdrivers, a 22mm socket wrench for the fork cap to get it off the cartridge. I'm using a caliper to measure the forks back to the same distance. You need soft jaws and clinch foil if you don't have a seal bullet. And you're gonna be using a 6mm for these ones. Also, start with a clean bike. This one isn't that clean, but when I take off the forks, I go and wash them. Usually I would start with power tools, but as this bike is new to me, I'm not sure if something seized. I don't want to snap it, so I go by hand and loosen every single bolt. Then I continue with the power tools. I recommend having a look at your spokes, tighten them now if anyone is loose, rather than breaking them later. Also remove this nut, it's a 12mm, it will break your stem rather than save your tire from moving inside. Now remove the caliper, it's just these two bolts. These pads are soaked. I'll try to save them by sanding them down. This usually doesn't work, I'll let you know what happens, but new pads are the way to go. Some P60 sandpaper, brake cleaner. And don't forget to clean the disc, it's way better. You can put this spacers back so you don't forget what goes where. They look the same to me, but they might differ. At this point, set the clickers to the lowest settings, counting the clicks to remember yours. I'll be setting them back to standard later, so I don't care how many clicks they are. If your plastic piece is not moving the clicker, you can use a 2.5 Allen. Also, bleed the forks, then go and clean them properly. Don't forget to reset your compression damping as well. Loosen the cap with a 24 size socket. Now here's the tricky bit. After pulling the cartridge out with the spring, you have to lower the spring with the spacers. Stick your 22mm and then you can unscrew the cap. Here are the spacers that came out and the cap. Now you can remove the spring, dump the oil. Now for some reason the manual doesn't say this, but the clicker adjuster rod also comes out at this stage. Now we have to disassemble the lower part, which is a 19mm socket, and we can just take it out. The compression holder screws inside the cartridge itself, so if it spins freely like mine did, push on the cartridge real good while you're untightening it, and it should start getting going. Also prepare for more oil to come out. So at this point we can take off the seals. If you're using a hammer, be very, very careful. With a small screwdriver, find the clip. It has an ear on it. Now, you have to remember the order that this goes in. Screwdriver, expand, remove. You have to examine the Teflon. This one looks pretty good, the bushing, so we put it aside. Next up, the second bushing. Again, you expect the Teflon inside. This one looks pretty good. Then you have a spacer. Then you have your oil seal. And then you have your stop ring or circlip, whatever. And the dust seal. You get grease, which you're supposed to put like this. You get your oil seal and the dust seals, and you put it on the inner diameter. It should look like this. Now for assembly, we put the clinch foil so we don't damage the seals around these sharp edges. Here's how it goes back together. You have the dust seal with the ring facing down, you have the circlip, you have the oil seal with this part facing up, then you have the washer, then you have the small bushing. When assembling, help the smaller bushing fit before attempting to hammer in the oil seal. Well, that took one hell of a beating. Now, with the nut on the cartridge all the way in, add the compression adjuster and then torque the compression holder to 39 Newton meters. The adjusting rod should extend 5 millimeters and you should be able to press it down and it should go back up. If you're having trouble tightening, just pull on the rod. After you're done, you can pour in the oil and start bleeding the system by pushing the inner cartridge up and down. Okay, so all of the oil is poured in. Now it's on to bleeding the system. I will do this until I stop hearing bubbles, after which we can install the spring with washers, tighten everything up, and we're good to go. After installing the spring, you screw in the cap with the washers as before, pull the spring down, add the 22 wrench, and then you torque the cap to 25 Newton meters. With the cap snugly fit, I'll be setting the rebound to 20 clicks out and the compression 15 clicks out, which is standard. I'll put them on screen so you could see. The way you do it, you tighten it in all the way, all the clicks in, and then count backwards. With the compression and rebound set, put the cap back and repeat the whole process on the second leg. I'll see you after that. Okay, so now with the forks no longer leaking, I'll go through with anti-seize and lube the bolts over here, also the pinch bolts. Afterwards, I'll apply grease to the axle and we can start reassembly. Here's what you want to do. You put one leg in, eyeball it where you want it. I think this is okay because my girlfriend's pretty short. And then you eyeball one of the, well, I use this line here. You put the leg in, you eyeball the second one. And if you have a caliper, I found best luck if I measure it from here. But a telltale sign that you've successfully aligned them is if you can push the axle in and out freely. So if you don't measure it, at least line up your axle. Once you align the forks, tighten the top triple clamp bolts to 22 Newton meters. Torque the caliper to 25 Newton meters. The brake lines are routed through here. Add the guards, snug fit them. It's not a lot of Newton meters here. Just by feel, add this and then we can add the wheel, align the forks and tighten everything else. Now in order for the forks to align, you get the bike off the stand, pull in the front brake and push it back and forth, after which we can tie up the rest of the triple clamp bolts, the pinch bolts down there, and then torque the axle.